Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Toronto Raptors Flashback Rebuild here on NBA 2K23. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. We are getting close to being contenders. I think this is the year that we are going to be contenders because James Harden is taking that next step. You can see his progression starting to become the James Harden from the Toronto or from the Houston Rockets. He's not there quite yet. He was averaging like 30 in the Rockets, but he's getting there. He's not going to be averaging those kind of numbers because he got crazy teammates next to him. Steph Curry is starting to become Steph Curry. Kevin Durant obviously needs a couple more seasons, although he is, in year number 2, he's already doing pretty well. And then obviously we got Tim Duncan, who's just a stud defensively and offensively. So we're starting to become the team that I want us to become, and I think that we are going to be getting there, whether it's this season or next season or something. In the next couple episodes, we'll probably be contenders for championships, if not already champions. We are hoping that Greg Oden can dominate like he should be able to. I don't know. I guess we'll see how his health goes and how his career goes as a whole. Well, we got Baron Davis on the bench. We got DeMar DeRozan, Steven Jackson, Dan the Man. This team is very good. This team is contending. I hope. At least that's the goal. We should be contending. The draft class that we spun last episode is George McGinnis, Doug Collins. There's nothing really here that we need to worry about. So what we can do is, in the offseason, we can trade our 2 first-round picks that we have. Although, if the Suns are bad, then they get their pick back. But if we trade these 2 first-round picks for picks next year or for whenever, then we can just be ready to go for basically just recycling our picks for whenever we get a good draft class. Now, I do want to warn you guys, when we get to the wheel spin, I cannot use my PC right now, as you guys obviously know. So I have it on my phone, the wheel on my phone. So we will spin it there. Hopefully I can screen record it and put it in there for you guys so you can see it. Otherwise, then you won't be able to see it for a few episodes or however long it takes. I don't know, but for this episode, we're gonna try out screen recording on my phone. I've never done it like that before, so we'll try it out, see how it works, see how it looks. But we got to simulate this season. Although I do want to take a look at the league history and just kind of see how everything's been going. So we started here in 2022-23 with the Chicago Bulls winning the championship, then the Hawks, then the Nets, then the Grizzlies, who got their revenge from the previous season, not against the Nets, but they were in the finals and they lost in 7, and then they got their championship back. Then the Spurs, then the Lakers, and then the Lakers went back-to-back. O.J. Griffin has kind of established himself as the greatest player in this entire series up to this point, and Nasir King trying to become that as well. I don't know. I guess we'll find out as we get deeper into this series, but hopefully we can establish ourselves as the best of all time and the best in this series. But we will start simulating here, and I will see you guys at the end of this season with hopefully some good news with a big playoff game. All right, season is wraps. We actually had a really, really good year, and I told you Nasir King's trying to take that crown for best player in the series. He takes home an MVP award. Oscar Robertson wins the Rookie of the Year. Chaney wins the Sixth Man of the Year. O.J. Griffin takes home a Defensive Player of the Year, even though he had really good numbers on offense as well. Kevin Durant wins Most Improved Player, going from 15 points to 20 points, 5.5 rebounds to 7 rebounds, 3.3 assists to 5.4. Yeah, he played really well. Congratulations to Kevin Durant. That's really good. And we had a very, very good season. I'm excited to show you guys. The All-NBA first team, O.J. Griffin, Tracy McGrady, Nasir King, Tim Duncan, and Orlando Woolridge. Then you've got Domingo Garcia, Dyson Chambers, Lamar Odom, Trey, and Brand on the second team. Third team is Shaw, Strickland, Griffin, Pratt, and Seekley. And then on the all-defensive first team is Griffin, Clarizzi, Carter, Jr., Duncan, and Noah. Then you've got second team Alexander, McGrady, Pratt, Odom, and Brand. All-rookie first team, Oscar Robertson, Jerry West. And second team is nobody that we really care about. So that's what we're working with here. And we finished, as you can see, in the 1 seed spot. Our record was 69-13. That's right. 69-13. I can't even really believe it. And the Suns I don't think they're going to finish top 3 in the lottery, so we should be able to keep that second pick, but it's not going to matter too much because we're going to trade it anyway. But we finished 69-13. Very good numbers from the boys. And our stats on the season, Tim Duncan usually leads us in points and rebounds because he's just that good. 20.5 points, 17 rebounds, 5 assists. He had a fantastic year. Kevin Durant also had a really good year. We took a look at his numbers. James Harden had a really, really good year as well, averaging around those 19 points per game that he's been averaging the past couple of seasons. Steph Curry knocked it out of the park. He keeps jumping up his numbers. DeMar DeRozan off the bench had a really, really good year. Baron Davis off the bench had a good year. Steven Jackson had a solid year. Greg Oden, he bumped up his numbers again. He didn't have as many rebounds as he did last year, but he still had very, very good numbers for given his stats and stuff, the kind of numbers that he puts up. So those are our numbers. Who led the league in scoring? I'm assuming it's going to be O.J. Griffin, and it is. O.J. Griffin leads the league in scoring again. He has got another scoring title. He is just a freaking stud, man. He's the greatest player of all time in terms of this series right now. And Nasir King averaged a double-double to win the MVP. Yeah, I can see why he won the MVP. So those are your numbers for this season. We're taking on the Atlanta Hawks in the first round. They have the Rookie of the Year, Oscar Robertson, but nobody really else around him. So Oscar Robertson kind of just carried the Hawks to the playoffs and through the play-in games. We take game 1, they take game 2, we take game 3, we take game 4, and we take game 5. Perfect. So we get to the second round. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the farthest we've ever gotten. I'm pretty sure, did we not make the playoffs earlier in the rebuild and then got knocked in the first round? I can't remember exactly how far we've made it, but we're taking on the Magic. They have Mal Carter Jr., who's been an All-NBA player, and they have Jaquoy Shaw, who's been an All-NBA player. So this could be a little bit tricky, but they were the 5 seed. Maybe we can catch them up a little bit. 1-1 series, 2-1 Magic, 3-1 Magic, 3-2, 3-3. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about, baby. Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Let's see some big scoring from the boys. We need to see it. And it's looking a little bit scary here. 4-point deficit. Uh-oh, they started to pull away in the fourth quarter a little bit. 2:11 to go, 104-95. We're going to jump in and try to help this Raptors team move on to the conference finals for the first time ever. I know that for a fact that we would be moving on to the conference finals for the first time ever. I know that we never have gotten there in this series so far. It'd be the first time that. But the Magic seem to be holding on to the basketball. Obviously, that's a smart thing to do. Hollins with a block there. That's going to send that ball out of bounds. Magic ball, and Hollins is very, very tired. Who's playing center for us? Oh, Tim's playing power forward. Where's Greg Oden at? Did Greg Oden foul out or something? He might have. That's going to be a miss. Hold on. Let me just pause this really quick and go to substitutions. Did Greg Oden foul out? Greg Oden did not foul out. He's just not on the team? Greg Oden doesn't exist? What? Why? Tim Duncan's hurt. Why is Greg Oden not on the team? I don't understand. We're going to switch that so that we have at least our best players out there, but Greg Oden doesn't exist anymore. He's just gone from the roster. I don't know where he went, why he left. That's a Curry 3, and that's a Curry bucket. Timeout Magic, 104-98. The Raptors could have a chance to take this game and go to the conference finals for the first time ever. It's a tough matchup, and it's a tough deficit. 24-15-6 for Duncan. He's having a great performance, trying to carry this squad to the conference finals for the first time ever. Stevenson gives it to Knight. I'm guarding him pretty heavily. Oh, I thought they were going to set a screen there. Harden was on the ground almost. That's foil. They're wasting a lot of time here, and I don't like it, but they are wasting the shot clock too. So they're going to have to put up a rush shot, and it's going to be the shooting guard, I would assume. That's a rebound. 8.7 assists for Steph Curry, and I'm going to give that to Durant. Durant might be able to put that up, and he does. Kevin Durant over the big center, Carter Jr., the All-NBA center. And we are down by 4 with about a minute to go. All right, Carney. He's the one who put up the shot last possession for the Magic. He's going to try to get around me. Oh, he's got some sticky moves. Oh, step back 3. What are you doing? You can't take that kind of shot in the pressure situation. I kind of want to just give this to Curry and let him shoot, but Tim Duncan was too wide open, and we are down by 2 with a chance to tie. If we have another good possession on defense and stop them, if they just keep taking bad shots, although Carney, no, he missed. Carney, you had it. He could have drilled that shot, and we would have been in trouble. Harden for 3. James Harden, it's good. 104-105 with 35 seconds to go. Oh, man. Yes, sirree. And Carney, he just seems to be the go-to man, and he doesn't get it, and they're going to start fouling now. Did the Raptors just make a comeback to make their first ever conference finals appearance? This isn't even the NBA finals. This is just the conference finals. They're going to foul again, obviously, because it's a 1-point game, so we will send Curry to the line. I trust, that's why I gave it to Steph Curry, because I trust him to be able to shoot these free throws. His free throw's a little fast. All right, he drains both of them. Silky smooth, buttery smooth. It's 107-104. If they keep giving that basketball to Carney, they are not going to be tying this game anytime soon, because he has not been good. He has been not clutch. He doesn't have ice in his veins. Speaking of ice, he is cold. They're going to give it tonight. They're going to put up a shot pretty quickly. Back to Carney. Is he going to try to drive in? No, he backs up. Oh, he's sped past me, but he can't get it. He's the worst playoff performer of all time. He can't get it done in the clutch. Kevin Durant with the free throws, and if he drains these, this one is basically over. It's a 4-point game. Now it's a 5-point game. Kevin Durant might have just sealed this one for your Raptors here. They keep giving it to Carney, and now Carter Jr. for 3. In and out. They are getting so unlucky with these threes. As it looks like they've hired Michael Stoffer to be their head coach. They are getting so unlucky with these threes. They're just rolling in and out. It's not their quarter, not their game. It is the Raptors game. 111-104. We are going to be in the conference finals for the first time in franchise history, at least in this universe, as Tim Duncan gets the rebound. 111-104. The Raptors make the comeback in Game 7, and they win the series to head to the first ever conference finals in the series. Duncan had an amazing game, 26, 18, and 6. Harden, 21, 4 and 5. 15, 4 and 6 for Durant. 10 and 10 for Curry. I mean, just fantastic numbers from everybody. Everybody put on great performances there as we move on to play the Pistons in the conference finals for the first time ever. They have Brandon Jennings and Lamar Odom. Do we have Greg Oden back? No, Greg Oden just doesn't exist. Where did he go? Hello, Greg. Oh, he's injured. Sprained right knee, 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, so the injuries for Greg Oden seem to be persistent. That's not good. We are at 2-0, 3-0, and 4-0. A sweep of the Pistons in the conference finals, and we are officially in the NBA finals for the first time ever, but we have to go up against the GOAT. O.J. Griffin has been the staple of this series so far. He's been MVPs plenty of times. He's been champions every single year. This man is the NBA. When he retires, the logo needs to be of O.J. Griffin, a silhouette of O.J. Griffin, because he has been the GOAT so far. But we have a more all-around, well-balanced team. They do not. And it looks like they changed, so Baron Davis is now starting instead of Steph Curry. But we win the point guard battle. They win the shooting guard battle, but we win every other position battle except for center because Greg Oden's back in. I think we can get this done. It's going to be a tough matchup. We take game 1. We take game 2. We take game 3. I may have spoken too soon. O.J. Griffin might not be enough. We might just have too much firepower. I told you, man. I told you this was going to be getting close to our year. 1:36 to go in the game. It is close. 55 seconds. We are jumping in to try to seal this one and sweep the Nuggets, sweep O.J. Griffin, and take home our first championship of this Flashback series. I'd have to go back into last year's Flashback with the Lakers to see how long it took me to win one with them, how many years it took me. But we've done it. We've put together some good draft classes. We've developed really well. And oh my God, O.J. Griffin just brought him within 1. That is why he is the GOAT, because he just did that. That was an insane shot. Kevin Durant, I'm going to put the ball in your hands because I trust you. Spin, fading, Kevin Durant. Oh my God, it's butter. It's butter from mid-range. Wet like water, baby. That was a disgusting shot. We got to play tight defense on OJ Griffin. He is disgusting. And I got stuck in the screen, and he's going to in and out. He screwed it up. And we are in transition. Nobody's by us. Curry, easy layup. It's 112-107. Nuggets call their final timeout with 20 seconds to go. OJ Griffin, when the shots mattered the most, he split. He hit one and he missed one. But I'm assuming the ball is going to be in his hands to end this game. I wouldn't trust anybody else. But we're playing good defense on the inbound. They give it to Fredette. Jimmer Fredette? They get OJ's got it now. He takes the mid-range. He missed again. OJ Griffin has sold the NBA Finals for his team. Wow, maybe he's not as clutch as I expected him to be. As I drain the free throw, almost missing it. And I hit the next one. 114-107. Raptors are going to be your NBA champions. I might have been quick to judge Mr. OJ Griffin, the juice man, has not been clutch. He has not been clutch. And your Toronto Raptors are NBA champions for the first time in the flashback rebuild. Steph Curry, James Harden, Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan, Greg Oden. I mean, the list goes on and on. Baron Davis, Dan the Man, our first ever draft pick in the flashback rebuild. It's too good to be true. The Toronto Raptors are NBA champions for the first time in the series. And Tim Duncan, how could you forget the man who's probably going to take home Finals MVP, Timmy D's. DeRozan's excited. Baron Davis is excited. Oh, it's just amazing. We get to hold up the Larry O.B. for the first time in this series. Is this the start of the dynasty? Remember, in last year with the Lakers, we went on like a 12-year run where we won the championship every single year. Is this the start of a similar style dynasty with the Toronto Raptors? I hope so. I really want it to be. Yes, sir. Hold up that trophy. Who's going to get Finals MVP? My vote's for Tim Duncan, and it is. Tim Duncan's going to get it. I would have guessed either Tim Duncan or Kevin Durant, to be honest with you, but Tim Duncan, he's just too dominant, and he takes home his first Finals MVP of the series. Congratulations to Timmy D's, and we are NBA champions. What a way to end this episode. I mean, to be fair, OJ Griffin, 31.7 rebounds, 4 assists, and Harden had 19. Martin had 16, so did White. Oh, it's not Jimmer Fredette, it's Trevelin Fredette. I thought it was Jimmer Fredette for a second. He played 41 minutes, but when it came down to the most important shots, he didn't hit them. Harden had 25 and 5, Durant had 22, 8 and 4, Duncan had 11 and 20, and for the playoffs, he averaged 20 and 15. Absolutely insane numbers. And now we go to the fun part. Congratulations, we've won the championship. 16 points and 18 rebounds in the finals is insane from Tim Duncan. Player retirements, anybody of note, doesn't look like it. Staff retirements, league meetings, make sure everything is rejected to keep everything the same. Draft lottery, remember we're going to be trading our draft picks, although we do have one in the top half because of the Phoenix Suns. They give us pick number 7. It was, remember, it's top 3 protected, but they were good enough to not be in the top 3 of the lottery, so it falls to 7, and we get that pick, but we're not going to use it because there's nobody really that I want to draft at that spot. We didn't get that lucky with a draft class this season, unfortunately, so we will move on from that draft pick. I wonder what we can get for it. We can get we can get a 31st or 2031 first round pick and a 2030. I'd probably prefer if we get like something like this, 31 and 32 from the Grizzlies, 31 and 32 from the Hawks. These are around the stuff that I'd probably want to get. Maybe Dallas. Who has the best value? The Spurs. The Blazers have pretty good value. I think we'll trade with the Portland Trailblazers. We'll give them our pick 7, and we'll take 2 first-round picks for later. And then we'll also trade pick 30 because I don't want to have them. And it looks like we're only going to be able to get seconds. That sucks. What about if I throw a player in? Who can I trade that I don't want anymore? It looks like everybody is everybody's basically expired, which is understandable. But at least they got their championship, so that's good. And Dan the Man got a championship before we shipped him off to somebody else. And now, with him being in there, we should be able to get draft picks, right? We can get Leslie Copeland in a 2034 first-round pick. It's not really what I want. That's a little bit too late. Okay, here we go. 2031 from the Spurs along with Jake Sykes. I don't hate that. We'll send Dan the Man away. I hate to do that because he was our first pick ever in the series. But you got to do what you got to do when you're trying to grab draft pick capital. So now if we go to our future draft picks, we have 2 first-round picks for 2031. We have 3 for 2032. We are ready to go for whatever wheel spins we get. Now let's go into the draft and see who gets number 1. The Rockets take George McGinnis, number 1 overall. Doug Collins goes 2. And then I'm assuming we're not going to really know anybody else. So let's go. The reason I traded those picks away is just because we didn't get that great of a draft class. It wasn't really worth it to have a good pick. So it's not that big of a deal. Team player options, we will accept the options of Greg Oden and Kevin Durant. Then we go into the qualifying offers, and we will offer for Dion Glover, Baron Davis, and Glenn Davis. Offer those qualifying extensions, and we will go into bird rights and offer Baron Davis a contract, offer Dion Glover a contract, Steven Jackson. Now, those guys are probably going to accept their matched offers, so that's not too big of a deal. We probably won't pay them this money anyway. And then Glenn Davis will offer him a contract. Just bring everybody back that we want to bring back. So let's move on. Yeah, so we're probably going to accept those contracts. Yeah, they're going to accept those ones. Not a big deal. We can switch that over. Baxter, we can renounce the rights on Dan, and we can renounce the rights on Garrett Baxter. And did we sign everybody? Let me go back and check the roster real quick. So we've got Curry and Baron Davis. We've got Harden and Glover. We've got Durant, DeRozan, and Jackson. We've got Duncan, this guy Sykes, and then Glenn Davis. And then we got Greg Oden. Okay, so let's trade Sykes because I don't want him, and he's costing a lot of money. So we might be able to snag a first-round pick for him. It looks like we can. We can get a 34 and a 31 from the Heat. That could be pretty useful. Or a 33 and a 34 from the Lakers, but the Lakers are always pretty good, so that's probably not worth it. We can get... It looks like that first one I saw right here, the Miami Heat one. This one might be pretty good, and we get rid of a second, which isn't that big of a deal. Let's take this one from the Miami Heat. We get extra draft picks, and now we have 3 first-round picks in 2031. And we have an extra one in 2034. So we're ready for whatever draft classes we get. And I think I need to sign a center. Preferably one on the minimum. But I need to sign a backup center for Greg Oden. Because we know how he gets. We know that he can get hurt pretty easily. Is there a center that is decent at like the mid-range? Because Greg Oden can hold down the paint. That's not a problem. But we need to sign somebody who's decent at the mid-range stuff, like this guy, Oscar Jordan. He's good at pretty much everything, so we can sign him to a minimum contract, and then we can... Is there anybody else I need to sign? I don't think so. We are going to renounce the rights on Jake Sykes, sign Oscar Jordan to be the backup, go to the roster... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need to sign a few more people on mid-level exceptions. Karolinko is here, but he's got 9 offers, and we can't even afford him anyway. Ron Artest. Can't afford Ron Artest. I didn't think I was going to be able to. All right, let's go through the positions. We'll get a third-string point guard who's preferably super cheap because we need to... We can't afford to sign anybody that's expensive. Can't sign Sam Cassell. Why is every point guard making so much money? I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but we will sign Roman Popov. Sure, you can be our one-year point guard. Then we'll sign a backup shooting guard on a minimum deal. How about Sean Brady? No, we'll go with Russ Oliver. He shoots pretty much everywhere, so we'll sign Russ Oliver, and we'll sign Roman Popov. That should be 13 guys on the roster now. And we can get another big man. Is there like a tall big man who's cheap? A tall power forward, maybe? We'll keep an eye out. There's a 6'11 power forward who can play inside. We'll sign Dalen Rose to a minimum contract. That should be 14 players. And we can go to player progression now. Player progression has come and gone. Tim Duncan is 26 years old, and he's a 96 overall. Durant's up to a 92. Harden stays at a 92. Baron Davis goes up one. Curry stays at an 88. That's not good. He's already 27. Jackson goes up to an 84. Greg Oden does go up, but only by one. That's a little bit concerning. Glenn Davis goes up. Everybody's going up. No regression except for Oscar Jordan, but he is 30 years old at this point. So I like the way the team is looking. And now we get to the fun part. We get to the wheel spin. Now this is where it gets crazy because I do not know how this is going to work. So I'm going to try it. We are going to click record on the phone. And all right, you guys should be seeing this now. We are going to spin the wheel. Spin it. Here we go. I have sound on. I didn't know that I had sound on. And it looks like we're going to get 1978. Okay. 1978. Have we already done that one? Oops. My phone just fell off the counter. All right. 1978 is the class that we spun. Have we already got this one? When I filled out this wheel, I could not see, or I didn't see what ones we've already done. So that's kind of unfortunate for me. But if we've already done this one, then I will spin the wheel again. But oh, this is Larry Bird's draft class. That's right, because he gets drafted in 78 but doesn't come into the league until 79. That's right. So this is the Larry Bird class with Purvis Short, Michael Ray Richardson, Reggie Theus, Mo Cheeks. Okay. So we'll keep this class because this is the Larry Bird class. But that's a big fish to go after in this draft, and we have 3 chances to get him. With the Raptors, with our own pick, with the Spurs pick, and with the Blazers pick. So we have to be huge enemies of the Raptors and Blazers, or the Spurs and Blazers, so that we can hope that they lose. But this is what we look like headed into the next season. It looks like Baron Davis is going to take over that starting spot. I don't necessarily hate that. But we've got a really, really good team, and we are the champs. We're the defending champs, and we are ready to go into the next season looking to defend that title. There it is, Tim Duncan MVP. We swept out the Nuggets, and we are ready to defend our championship. Is this the start of a dynasty? I sure as heck hope so. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.